Okay, we're back from a word from our sponsors. Now we're up to JT's team, which this year happens to be the White Sox. And so JT, his first pick, he was locked in the first round. He surprised everybody. I was sort of shocked with his first pick overall, which was Ralph Hannon. And I understand where he was coming from. He really had no pitcher last year with Meyer, even though Meyer pitched admirably. Ralph Hannon comes with a great bat. There's some question about how he handles pressure. He breaks down a little bit, which we saw the second half with the unknowns.
He actually walked off the field. In
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Right?
I
He
really
walked
thought last year Meyer was a strength to his team. He led the league in ERA.
Yes.
I thought JT would combine with Meyer again and get a better defense.
Right.
Because last year his field fell apart on him. If I
And he lost a lot of one-run games.
And he
a
had
lot
no
of
bats at
games.
all.
Yeah.
He was
Right.
the Twins last year, so he stayed with AL Central. But he could have gone with John Eliezer at short with that second pick.
Yeah.
And
that
then
would have had a great start right there.
exactly, and then I thought he was for sure going to take Meyer late because Meyer pitched well.
I thought Meyer was the reason that team was even.
Competitive.
Competitive.
Yeah.
Every game was 3-2. They had a lot of walk-off losses.
No walks.
And then to top it off, when you have a pitcher that has issues with pressure, you top it off again.
He's throwing Saban in there.
was-
By the way, Mount
Gasoline.
Saban has erupted earlier
Already.
this year than ever. Maybe it's global warming. I don't know what it is, but Mount Saban erupted 2 picks after Saban was picked because
Yeah.
Saban was a third rounder. They went with Max in the 4th, and then Saban's favorite player, who he bashed on the air last year, David Harari, was taken in the 5th round.
Yeah.
When they were playing against each other last year, you could roll
Yeah.
the tape. Saban said that he never gets a big hit. He has the worst glove in the league, this and that. And sure enough, they picked him. And Saban and JT went at it at the draft room. That's not rumors.
Right.
I was there.
Yeah. So he followed up with getting Max Sutton in the 4th round. He was fortunate to get a shortstop. That was the last shortstop, I believe, taken. And Max is very solid, not spectacular, but makes all the basic plays.
Yeah.
And then he followed up with what do you have? Lior, Sam Harari. He was on the team last year, a promising second-year player. Irving Batesh, great second baseman. Not much with the bat, even though he had pretty good last year. This team, he put together a team. He didn't have a third baseman. I don't know how he overlooked the third baseman, which is probably the most important positions on the team. And he's going with a rookie, 17-year-old rookie at third base in the YMSL.
With the
Almost
gold
unheard of.
bull, 25 feet from home plate.
Claims he could play Harry Braha.
Yeah.
So
I got to tell you, I don't like this team at all.
I don't
like that left side because Max is good. He makes the plays, but then give him a third baseman that's dynamite.
Yeah.
Give him Big Soley and you can put Max at short. Okay.
Right.
You can't go with a rookie 17-year-old kid. I'm sure he's good. I don't know. Who
He's
he
going to
is.
be coaching this kid. Move over, move back. He's going to, the kid's not going to know what's flying.
So that left
Yeah,
side.
there's going to be eruption, and there's nothing worse than coming in as a rookie and then making an error and say.
And we had
Yeah,
Morris
Saban's gonna
Harari.
be- yeah.
We had Morris Harari throwing the ball to
Yeah.
Saban, and Saban was like, "Throw it here, throw it there," because he wasn't making great throws. And it gets to the younger kids. It's very tough.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure there.
So and then you have Lior Friedman, a great bat. Not great short center fielder. This team, from the early signs, this looks to be the weakest team in the league, in my opinion.
I have to agree with you also. I don't think this team will really be competitive. And it's shocking to say with someone like JT on the team, but he proved it last year. You could be on a team that you don't draft the right way. And I don't see this team going
I don't see a good
I-
chemistry on this team.
I don't think it could possibly win a championship, and I think it is one of the weakest teams, if not the weakest team in the league.
Now,
And there's a lot of eruptions that are going to happen on this team.
Yeah.
Ralph Hannon, there's Saban, and I just don't think it's a great team.
Now, my sources from the Bad News Bears, which is Eddie Richdy, Morris Cassin's team, have told me that JT and his team have contacted them for third baseman Victor Dweck. Now, I don't know if that trade's going to happen or not, but this is what's going through the rumor mill, and who they're shopping around is the Saban nemesis of David Harari. So there's already issues over there. Maybe Saban's calling the shots and he wants Harari off his team. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Maybe
But don't
they're
be
looking to
shocked.
fix third base, possibly.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Oh,
order
so I
these
don't even have
uniforms
David
so
Harari's
quickly.
what round did
He went
Fifth.
43rd
Oh, so he's
overall, and
DH.
Victor was 51
Right.
overall.
So yeah, this team's got major chemistry issues. They have too many one-dimensional players, and so I don't love this team at all. So right after I'd have to say this is I mean I had to say last place written all over it. It could be another rough ending for JT's team this year.
Yeah.
Once again, the number is 732-5 YMSL 55. There's 732-596-7555. Now the next the next team is Hustle, which is Jack Jamal's team this year.
What happened to Insane?
Insane is tied in with Mo Shama. That's part of the.
I thought they'd be Insane again with Mo Shama.
Once they divorced, that was part of the settlement. Mo Shama got the name Insane, and
Right, we got to keep the name.
you got to keep the name. Now, your buddy Mavora was called back up from the majors after a stint in the minors last year.
Right.
Was taken with the second pick overall, so they went a different direction. Great pick, solid pitcher, great bat, and but then the second round pick, I was a little surprised they went with Big Soli at that point. Because,
Well, he always goes the end of the second.
Yeah, but to that team,
depending what your needs are.
yeah.
So
Jack Jamal was a center fielder or a shortstop, I understand, but
Yeah.
not when he's
So-
Especially when you took Ike Mavora first. So they
Yeah.
have no
Right.
shortstop, they have no center fielder at this point.
So let's discuss this pick because I spoke to Ike after the draft. So
Yeah.
when I was captain with Ike, we had the same decision, and I wanted Big Soli actually, and Ike said, I need a shortstop, and we took Stephen Gindy. And this time around, he didn't go that way. He went and he took Big Soli. So.
But
He wanted to do that
you're
type
right,
of round and said,
but
"We'll get a shortstop later on."
he was very fortunate to get a great young shortstop,
Right.
potentially great. He never played in the league. Zach Ashkenazi with his next in the third round, right?
Yeah, two big
So
flags.
Has he played short?
He hasn't played in the league, but he's a natural shortstop growing through his career. He's played left field and right field.
I gotta believe that kid can play anyway,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Judging from what we've seen.
2 championships in 2 years.
And impact player both times.
Yeah.
Made an impact in those World Series both times.
Yes.
I gotta assume Zach is gonna be good
Yeah.
at short, but I was surprised by Soli's pick over there. Soli I think is the best player at that spot.
Well, definitely the best bat. I mean,
Just for that team, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Look cute.
yeah.
You know.
I don't know if there's a fallback at short for any reason to put anyone else. I think it's just Zach and that's it, right?
There's no other options.
There's no option.
Jack Jamal's dad, but you can. The problem with this team is they don't have a surefire center fielder, as we mentioned.
Steven and Leo are the other
are
two
great
fielders.
outfielders,
Yeah.
but not really center. They don't
You
have
played
that
with
much
them?
range.
I played with both of them.
On Maurice's team, right?
Yeah,
You had
yeah,
both.
Yeah,
So how
Steven's
are they
a
in the
serious
outfield?
bat. Steven is a serious bat. I think he's a little cautious in left field. He lets too many balls drop in front of him and doesn't throw home enough when a guy's only rounding third. He's a very cautious player. He won't make any errors, and he won't be the issue of that team. He'll be fine there. Leo is coming off an injury
Yeah, and missing a few weeks.
and missing a few weeks. So I was surprised at that pick only because he's missing a few weeks. Where we have a short schedule. If you're missing 3 weeks,
Yeah.
you're
Third
already
of the season. It's
yeah,
like missing
that's a
40,
big
50
big chunk of the
games.
season.
Yeah.
And the right side of the infield is is about 120 combined. You have Labo and Richie Braha on the right side. So range could be an issue there.
What about speed on this team?
And
There's
Albert-
absolutely no speed.
Albert Levy in right field sharing time with Avi Dweck. I don't love this team at all.
And Avi can play short center too. And they passed on Sonny Shallon for Steven and Leo, so they could have
They could have a center fielder.
Right, at least put him in center field.
When they didn't take Sonny, when we get to my team, we'll discuss the Sonny pick. But
Yeah.
that's the
Sonny was
team we
picked,
thought after
right
Leo.
after Leo.
Yeah.
Right.
So interesting why they didn't take him in that situation.
Yeah,
they really didn't have a center fielder. Steven Safton could have moved over to the left.
Right.
I don't get it, but especially that it was a known thing that Leo was coming off the rotator cuff or
Right.
shoulder surgery in the off season, so we didn't know how what his timetable was. But I see this team on the bottom half, not not in JT's level, but
I think it's all up to Ike. He's
there's
the
only
second
so
pick in
much
the
you
league.
can do.
He's got to.
I mean, he's not a strikeout pitcher, so the defense is going to have to play great, and so if Zach Ashkenazi turns out to be a great shortstop, it's definitely going to help the defense. But,
You know, I don't think the team's as bad as you think it is because Big Soul and Zach on the left side. I'm just assuming Zach's going to be a natural shortstop. Maybe he'll be terrible there, but I think he'll be
I don't
good.
think he'll be terrible.
Exactly. So that's a very good left side for Mavora. The outfield is safe, not spectacular. I think they're okay. I just think they're very slow, and their offense is not really that great.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, look at the right side, Labo and Richie Braha.
That's bad.
That's how many balls are going to go through that side. And you can put Albert Levy at second, but you're dealing with the same range. Is going to be an issue there. So I think it's one of the certainly not at the middle of the road, but they could surprise. So you never know what would happen. Somehow Marty's teams and Jack have always made it to the playoffs, but it's the first time without Mo Shannon.
They've always had Morris, exactly.
So we'll see if that's going to make a difference. The next team is, I think, if you look at on paper, talent-wise, is unbelievable. And that's Mo Cassin's Bad News Bears. They had a very interesting draft, and really, if you look at it, they picked Eddie Richty in the first round. Went with another unbelievable superstar in the second round, Joe Eshko, who could play any position, outstanding. He's a shortstop. Actually came in as a center fielder on Ike Deed's team his first year. Played shortstop the last couple of years, but he's great in every position. So he's in center field. So he did great right off the bat. And Mo Cassin himself is playing third. Then he follows up with Jake Dweck. And then he made a steal in the fifth round, which is mind-boggling. Eddie Michon's name is still there in the fifth round.
And we actually forgot him.
We forgot him.
Bobby and I looked at each other and we're like, Sonny Shalom.
I cannot believe Eddie Michon. It was like the first ballot Hall of Famer as a shortstop is in the fifth round. I mean, he could still one of the best right-handed hitters still in the league. So he has a very deep draft, very, very deep. He got a great first baseman in Robert Braha late.
It's impossible not to like this team. This team is strong. Very, very strong. Eddie at short, Mo at third, like you said, Joe Ashkenazi, and Jake Dweck in the outfield.
Yeah, ridiculous team.
Ridiculous
I think
team.
it's a
very
ridiculous
good.
team.
Nemi Katz, if he can't succeed with this team, he should not be a pitcher.
Well,
I agree
listen,
with you.
I don't know if he's ever pitched 2 games in a week. I don't know how he's going to handle it, stamina purposes. But supposedly Charles Saka is also a backup as a pitcher. And we might add, they made a humongous acquisition today.
Humongous?
Yeah, humongous.
Really big.
A very big, apropos on the Bad News Bears is the team name. None other, the same day that they elected a new pope, Moses is back. Back in action.
Unbelievable.
Moses Eastman, they picked him up on waivers. And he's a part of that franchise now. So they have
Nemi and Moses on one mound?
That's crazy.
You better build that mound with concrete.
They're made out of mounds.
Right.
But very interesting team.
Yeah.
So they have a 3-man rotation in case, maybe Moses can come close. But this team on paper looks stacked. But again, the big question mark, and we mentioned it, the same reason Hammer and Hank has issues, is pitching. So if those guys can handle those,
there's a difference between this team and Hammer and Hank's team, and that's the fielding is unbelievable.
The fielding and the offense.
Everything is unbelievable. The outfield, Joe Ashkenazi, Jake Dweck in the outfield. That's a super fast outfield.
Yeah. First of all, Eddie Michon played 2 years ago, played second base. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And Robert
second
Braha
base.
is a great first baseman also.
I mean, this team is just unreal. Victor Dweck, my son, actually played a great short center.
Victor could
third
play
last
third.
year.
Actually, there's rumors he might even play third. Mo Cassin might go to short center.
Yeah, they can, and they have.
If Nemi starts walking people, that's the only way they can lose. If he throws strikes,
but
they have 3 or 4 shortstops on this team.
Nothing's going to drop in the outfield.
No.
With Joe Eshko and Jake and Charles Saka.
And we're leaving out. We didn't even get into Eddie Richty. I mean, this team could win even without Eddie Richty. They have Eddie Richty coming off a championship in Brooklyn. Bats over 500 every year. Always an MVP, candidate for sure.
But is that transition from AAA to the majors that he has to make again at his age, and he's married now. Maybe he lost a step. I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome back Eddie. Welcome back Chucky. Welcome back Magora, Jack Abadi, Albert Kamal.
Let's not forget.
Right. Is there anybody left in Brooklyn? No.
And they also have, which has been said, might be the fastest guy in the YMSL.
Yes.
None other than Louis the Lip Match.
Louis Nasri. If I put you
Louis
in
Nasri is
yes.
the fastest human in the world.
Yes. No,
Oh
if
my
I
God,
put
he's
you in a
faster than
closet,
Usain
no,
Bolt.
would you catch him in
Never,
a closet?
never. This kid is the fastest human being I've ever seen.
Yeah,
So-
and he'll be slotted with Nemi.
I was
So when
gonna
Nemi
say.
gets on, you're gonna see Nemi off the base, and here comes Louis on the base.
And then if somehow Moses gets a hit, can he run for him?
Unbelievable.
right
And he
off the
can
bat?
run for him also. This
So-
is just an Eddie Michon will have 50 RBIs this year. 50.
Wow, so he's just going to
He can hit a single, and they're gonna score all the way from first.
I
every
got to see
time.
this guy run because I thought Ali was the fastest guy
Nah,
I
this
ever
guy's
saw.
fast. This guy's fast.
So this team, from what we've done so far, I think is the best team on paper in the league. Very deep, a lot of tremendous offensive power.
And not even a mistake pick. Like you look and you don't
No,
say, how
no.
did they take this guy? How did they take this?
Meanwhile,
none
they
of that.
were very fortunate to get Nemi in the 5th round, right? I think he got him
Seventh
Seventh round.
Oh,
Nemi
seventh.
Cat, seventh
Yeah.
round.
7th round. He got Nemi, so that was definitely a great pick. And he had no pitcher at that point. So I look
Yeah.
at most teams as being one of the elite teams in the league. Once again, the number 732-5-YMSL-55, 732-596-7555. And let's next we're gonna go with Joe Tira's unnamed team right now. Not the unknowns, unnamed right now. Maybe that's the team they should go. What do you think?
Unnamed.
Unnamed.
And they-
Just team.
Now, Joe Chira had a great start last year. We mentioned they were 8-0 to start it off, and they faltered at the end. He basically picked a lot of the same core pieces.
Which prognosticator told you at 8-0 that team is not an 8-0 team, that they're the worst 8-0 team in the history of the league?
None other than VP Player Personnel.
That's
and
right.
Wardrobe Coordinator of the Expo franchise. So anyway, Joe went with his first pick. He went with Jordy, as he did last year, which is
Yeah.
a great pick. Can't go wrong there. And then his third round pick was Albert Gamal.
Yeah.
Who was coming off a great outfielder,
very good player. I played with him in the tournament.
very strong.
He's
strong
very good.
outfielder.
Great hitter, great fielder.
And I
Very
think he
good player.
stole his next pick. He stole Mark Richter in the 4th round.
I like that pick also, Mark Richter.
I didn't
He had
think
a
he was
very
going to be
good year
there
last
after
year.
last year. So he was. So he's got 3 core guys from last year. Also, Kornman's his catcher. He's interesting. He had Ralph Hannon last year, and he has Myers as pitcher. So Myers coming into the team that has got some some power. And he's not going to be the problem they lose. He just does not walk anybody.
Doesn't walk anybody. That's all you got to do.
I think an interesting guy to see on this team how he handles is Jaime Shama.
Well, Jaime won't be on the team. He'll pull the same crap he always pulls.
Well, there's already rumblings, but suppose
Already?
he's playing 3rd. I don't know, so we'll see.
so he'll play week 1.
Another thing is also Eddie Hakeem, who they have slotted right now as a DH.
Who opened his restaurant.
Yes.
Baruch Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah, great food.
All right, 9 months after the initial delay. He actually blamed it on Sandy 3 months before Sandy happened. But anyway,
It was Sandy Shalom he was blaming it on for some reason. I don't.
interesting cast of characters on this team: Sammy Insane Sutton, Eddie Hakeem. So we'll see how this team.
Yeah, I mean the Jordy Ramel pick. Jordy is. I thought it was this season, but by next season he's going to be taken in the 1st round with maybe in front of Henry or Eddie or one of these guys.
Great hitter.
He
Very
is as
good.
good as those guys.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But this
Very
league
good.
takes time to learn things. It
Yeah.
always does. It always has. It takes a few years. But by next year, Jordy's going to be right in that mix. Don't be shocked.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's got Abraham. His outfield is Gamal, Joe Chira, and Abraham Haber, who's certainly solid in right field. And his infield right now looks like Jaime, Jordy, Simhon, I guess David Simhon, Insane, and Richter at first. And Meyer and Eddie Hakeem. I mean, decent team. Again,
at second?
middle of the road team. I think
Simhon.
either David Simhon or Sammy Insane. Maurice Ass in the short center. So
Not a great
Not a
right
great
side.
Not a great
Um,
field.
the left side's good. You got Jordy, and who did you say is playing 3rd?
Jaime Shama.
And Jaime. Okay, well, Jaime I don't think is going to last on the team, so they have no 3rd baseman. Maybe they can make a trade
Well,
for Victor.
there's a certain possibility there. Oh, but which team did you
Who's
say?
the team
wanted
as
Victor?
well?
No, the team that wanted
JT.
Victor was Saban, yeah.
Right.
Oh, that could be another.
We'll work out a
It looks like
three-way
there's a
deal
shortage
somewhere.
of third basemen,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, there
Looks
definitely
like
is.
it. You keep-
It's a
you keep
very,
moving
very
to
shallow
third base.
position, third base.
So right now, Joe Cheer's team, I think, is one of the middle of the road teams. Also, nothing, doesn't excite me. But who knows? Last year, I didn't think they were going to start off 8-0. I didn't certainly think
Right.
that was the team. Now the next team is the Braves. A.B. Cohen making his rookie debut as a captain.
Oh,
Yes.
the Tomahawks are
Use
coming
this for
out this
everything.
year. Yeah, this is going to be the Tomahawk. Braves Nation has already ordered
Amen.
thousands of Tomahawks at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium.
Now, A.B. Cohen, I think, for his first draft, did an outstanding job. He did a very, very solid draft, studied it thoroughly, and he was very fortunate, I believe, when David Gindy
Yes.
joined the league,
Yes.
that Jeffrey Saka fell into his lap because he never would have been there with the last pick,
Yep.
the first pick in the second.
League changer.
Yeah.
League changer that David Gindy came in. Whether he's good or not, Sammy took him, and that allowed Abe Cohen to get Jeffrey Saka.
Yeah.
That changed the whole landscape of the league because this team, if you look in Vegas right now, is very good odds to win the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean, if you look at it, we'll go through all the players. It's basically a mixture of the Marlins and A.B. Sackis, the
Utes.
The
Utes.
two World Series teams.
Yes.
The outfield is
That's right.
Irwin Cohen, ABJ, and Solly S.
Very good
Outstanding
outfield.
young outfield.
Wild outfield.
The left side, the infield is Nathan Batesh and Sam Michon.
Right.
both
Very young.
from the finals.
And the guy's got to be the happiest guy in the world is Mo Harari at
Yes.
second base. He
Yeah.
doesn't have
Yep.
to listen to Saban for this year. And Stephen Matesh, he finally got his dream to play with his son.
Yep.
And so that infield, Jody LeBeau is very solid at short. Same
Perfect
thing.
first baseman for a young infield. Perfect to scoop up those
Right.
those low throws. Jigga behind the plate. You got
It's a
Let's not
nice
forget
team.
Jeffrey
It's a nice
Saka
team.
as the pitcher. So
It's a very
he's got-
nice team.
It's
Very
young,
strong.
it's fast, and a lot of depth. And you got Blazin Hazen on the bench, could DH, and certainly got a lot of power.
and Jody LeBeau is
Really
a professional hitter.
Yeah, professional, and so
Could they score enough runs? They don't need that many
No,
runs.
they got
for Jeffrey,
speed.
but
They don't
it's
need with that speed. They could hit 300 in each guy. They
Yeah.
got a lot of speed on that team.
If Jeffrey pitches like he pitched last year, he's gonna have a tremendous defense. They only need a few runs a game, and
This is no doubt a playoff team.
no doubt.
I mean,
doubt.
7, 8 guys on this team are about 20 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's definitely an unbelievable speedy team. And
Yeah.
Jeffrey saw what he could do with a great outfield. They
Right.
get to everything. So Irwin Cohen's basically replacing Zach
Zach.
Ashkenazi.
Right.
So that was definitely a great team. Nathan Batesh at third base was just amazing last
He
year.
was awesome.
So so this team's definitely right up there with the elite teams, along with the Bad News Bears, and so AB's elevated himself to one of the top players in the league. Also, once again, the number is 732-5 YMSL 55, 732-596-7555, and
Saving the best for last. I
no,
say.
no, one team
There's one more
left.
team left.
Oh, actually, we got a call.
We're out of
coming
time.
in.
No, are we out of time?
Hold on. Jordy from Bensonhurst. Jordy, you're on the air. This must be Jordy Ramel from the unnamed.
Just out of bed. Also, good morning, Jordy. Speak up, caller.
Yeah. Are you there?
You hear me?
Yeah, that better, much better.
Okay. I think our team name's going to be the Pirates. That's what I was talking to Joe about, if you guys wanted to know that.
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay. Wow,
Pirates versus
really,
Expos.
really.
Ooh.
That's
Pirates Expos is going to be great ratings.
Pirates Expos.
Wow. All right.
Worst teams ever.
Yeah, and I actually forgot about the YMSL network tonight. I happened to catch it right when you guys were talking about our team. I appreciate the kind words, but I think you guys are underestimating our lineup a little bit. I agree with the second base issue a little bit. Jaime Sharam, I was a little worried that he won't want to play. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to him and get him to stay on board. But I think our lineup 1 through 6 is going to be a tough time for other teams.
Well, how's your lineup shaping up here? Who's leading off here?
I'm probably going to lead off like last year, and then Joe Chira. The guys are basically going to be in the top 6. They're going to be me, Joe, Albert Gamal. I'm actually psyched to see him play. I've never seen him play before, but I only hear good things.
Right.
Hakeem, great lefty. Mark Richter, also lefty, and Abraham Haber.
Yeah, I mean, it's not blowing off the chart. I think the top 3 is
Oh, Eddie Hakeem
phenomenal.
also. Did he mention Eddie Hakeem?
He mentioned Eddie
Oh,
Hakeem.
So,
Abraham Haber had
And
an
there's
iffy
nothing
year
after
last
that.
year after a great rookie year.
Yeah,
but-
I mean the
but-
big question is also is Meyer. He's not going to blow anybody away. He's just going to get the job done.
I just needed to get the ball, no walking. I don't like
Yeah.
walking. As long as he's gonna hit the ball to us, the guys, we gotta make the plays.
Yeah, he doesn't walk a lot of people, so that you have going for you. The main concern is just Jaime Shama. If you could talk to him, God bless you. Good luck.
Well, he's a great fielder if he's really into the game. He can
Yeah.
be very
He's a
solid.
good fielder. I hope we can get along on the left.
Why didn't you wear like a Mo Shama mask or something like that? They'll think
I
he's
think
on
they
the
made a
team.
pick there that they could have got somebody else. I wonder if
I don't even think we have an option to trade him to most team. I
I'd
know
take an Irving.
guys that are gonna trade. I would love to take
They-
the
Oh no! You could have taken Irving Batesh.
Yes,
I don't know
they
how he
could have.
passed him up in that round. He played great for you last year.
Yeah, but he plays second base.
Yeah, so what? That's your big hole right now. It's
Yeah, but out of all
Third
the
baseman.
positions on the field to
It's
be
crazy.
a hole, second base is the only one that I would say is an okay position to have a hole. Richter, I don't know if you guys remember, is the Gold Glove.
no, he was definitely outstanding. I couldn't believe you got him in the fourth round. That was a great pick.
No, I agree with you second baseman, but Jaime doesn't really always play third.
No, he's really a second baseman.
Yeah,
He's a
so it's
very
not
good
like you
second
got a bona fide third baseman at that spot.
I don't even know if he liked playing. I remember there was an issue a couple of years ago. He didn't want
He
to
didn't
play
wanna play
third or
third.
something. The ball's
I
coming
think
too
Jack
hard.
played third.
I wouldn't be shocked if you guys make a trade before opening day.
But who's gonna take him? He wants to play with his brother only.
Last year, but hopefully it won't go.
You have one Victor Dweck that seems to be on a trading block. Maybe you could work
If he's
out.
on the block.
I'm out there right now. I love Jaime Shama. I think he would be a great third baseman. I've seen him play third base plenty of times. But if he wants to leave, anyone who's listening out there, we're open for third baseman trades. I would love to take Victor Dweck.
By the way, who was also in the 12th round that plays third base, Sammy Insane Sutton.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
He plays all 9 positions actually. Not
All
well,
at
but he
once,
plays
all
all
at the
9
same
positions.
time. All at the same time.
Jordan, we definitely appreciate the call, and maybe it'll be surprises like it did last year with that great start. I mean, it's basically a lot of the same key components, so we look forward to seeing you this year.
Yeah, me also. I'm very excited. guys.
All right, great. Thanks. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right. Okay, so he's showed a little optimism. It was nice. So it's the Pirate organization, so Willie Stargell will.
I like the traditional team names, to tell you the truth.
You don't like friends and family?
I like Pirates, Braves. I like it.
We're done with the Bud Greenspan days. Those days are over. So now let's get to the
One team left.
the team that extinct in Major League Baseball.
That's right.
Brought back to earth by NRJ no less. So let's talk about the Expos. I think for your first draft, I think you did an outstanding job. I have to say. You really worked. You made a trade to move up. You wanted a certain player. You focused in on him. You got Alley, but I think your middle round picks were unbelievable. Right after that, how you were able to get Lee Zakaria and Moni Abadi and Sonny Shalom is just unbelievable in the middle rounds.
It's wild because, and it wasn't.
I mean, I thought they were all going to 3
Yeah.
picks in a row, basically.
Wild. It wasn't me. It was me and Carlos with a lot of help from Ali as well. But when we took Lee, we went with Lee because we thought he was the best guy available. But we said, is it possible that we should be taking Moni because he plays third base and there's very few third basemen in the league.
Right.
So we said, you know what? We know who Lee is. Lee has succeeded in this league, and Lee has been a captain before.
Yeah.
Let's go with Lee. Sure enough, when the next pick came, we're like, holy cow, Moni is still available, but do we go with Moni or do we take Sonny? Because
Right.
Sonny is still around,
Yeah.
and this was a late third round pick.
Yeah.
And we got to go with the third baseman, Moni. And sure enough, in the fifth
Two rounds
round,
later.
Sonny
2 rounds later.
Shalom still being available to me.
You know how fast you
made
that
our
pick?
team.
They wrote that paper like in a half a second. You're
I
like,
could not believe when the few picks before us. I know Eddie Michon was also a steal, so fine.
Yeah, right.
But when the few picks before us, nobody grabbed Sonny. We couldn't believe it, and that's what I think made the team because now the Irwin trade became Moni
Yeah.
and Sonny.
right. That's
So
right.
that it worked out for both of us. So you put Sonny in left, Allie in center, and Bub in right. We got Bub at the
The
end.
best.
Last pick of
Best.
the 8th round,
The
Bub.
best.
And I thought he was the best right fielder in the league last
Best
year.
right fielder in the league.
So I think our outfield is stacked.
No
Now,
doubt.
Moni Abadi, from all indications, never played in the YMSL before, but tinkered in the minor league night leagues, and he was great. No reason to think he's not going to be good here. And also, he made another great pick in the 7th round, David Rishti,
professional
hitter.
player.
Great guy.
Always great.
player.
Playing first
play a
base
lot of
for the
positions.
first time. Usually plays
play
short
anything,
center, second
really.
base.
Yeah.
So he's playing first. Is there any issues with Carl? I know he struggled a couple of years ago at shortstop, a little last year.
No issues
Are you
at all
confident
because
in-
he struggled in the World Series. We know that. But that last year, he was phenomenal. I played with him last
At
year.
short, did he play?
He played short. No, he played short. He was phenomenal. And he had an unbelievable bat atop the lineup as well.
His problem in the past has been his bat. Offensively, he was weak, but he became a great hitter.
He became a great hitter, and I'm very, very confident with Moni the Pony at third. We got Carlos at short. We got Lee, the best second baseman in the league.
No question about
And
it.
we were going to go with Ralph Chira, who we got in the 10th round, who batted .520, by the way,
Did
last
he?
year. .520. We were going to go with him at first and Rishti at short center, but instead we decided to move Rishti to first. We asked him, is it okay? Can you play first? He goes, wherever you need me. I don't care where I play. I'll do whatever I want. I've been in a game against David Rishti where he played 3 positions in around 2 innings. So,
Right, yeah.
guy's a professional. Also brings knowledge to the game also that we wanted. And we were very focused on defense and speed because that's what wins in the league. That's why we didn't go with Saban and Jimmy Malach
Yeah.
as 2 and second and third round pick.
That's definitely I think Ralph Chira in the 10th round, you said, was a great pick. He's a very fast guy. He's a big, strong kid, and he can play multiple positions, even catch and play first, and even the outfield he could play. And he's got a decent, like we said, bat. From my biggest concern with this team is can Mikey really win a championship in the